Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Tom from CrashNet, and this year I'm taking part in a fantasy hockey pool on ESPN called Hooligans Hockey. So we're bringing you a brand new segment where we're going to be talking about fantasy hockey. We're going to be talking about the week to come, the week that was, who's hot in our fantasy pool, and who we think you should be picking up in yours, and who's not hot, and you should be dropping them like a bag of pucks. So to start off, we already did our fantasy draft the other day. I'm going to show you who I have in mind and why I picked them up and why I think you should have them in yours. So here we go. Okay, to start off with, the NHL season has already started. So you can see that my opponent this week already has earned 5 points. That's because Nashville played today. They actually beat San Jose. But I'm going to tell you who I picked. Now, in our fantasy, it was kind of a blessing and a curse because we have 8 of us, and I actually got to pick 8. But the way ours is designed, we actually did a snake draft. So that means I picked 8th in the first round, and that means I picked 1st in the second round. So let me show you who I picked in mine. So my first pick this year is actually Mitchell Marner, and you can see I have him first. My thought is, playing on the line with Austin Matthews, I was hoping that he would be able to pick up quite a few points based off of assists and goals coming from Matthews, because obviously Matthews and Connor McDavid are already picked, and Leon Draisaitl. Leon Draisaitl was actually the guy I was hoping that I could pick first, but because he was already picked, I went the next best route. So remember, you can earn bonus points based on assists. So Mitchell Marner is giving assists to a goal based on Austin Matthews. I should be picking up points for that. My next 2 names I have in there, obviously you can see I have Kirill Kaprizov and Matt Zuccarello. Now here's my theory on that. I believe it's great to get guys that are playing on the same team on the same line. Here's my philosophy on that. Let's say in the game that Kaprizov gets a goal and the goal is assisted from Zuccarello. I now will get points from Kaprizov based on the goal, plus Zuccarello on the assist, and I also get points for them getting a plus on the ice. So in a way, it's kind of a 3-for-1 deal. So my philosophy is stack guys that work on the same line together to earn those bonus points. You can also see farther on down in my lineup, I also have Matthew Boldy. I have him based in there for that same reason. I also have Boldy because last year, I feel like Boldy was in the running for the Calder. Unfortunately, some injuries plagued him. I think he could have been a breakout star. I'm hoping that his sophomore season is much better. I also have Mika Zibanejad in my lineup down here. My philosophy is I like Mika Zibanejad. I think he's one of those great power play players. And you can also see later on, I have Artemi Panarin. Once again, 2 guys playing on the same line, playing on the same power play unit. I'm hoping to build bonus points based on that. I also have Jonathan Huberdeau. Huberdeau is one of those guys that I feel like he can put up some big points playing with Calgary this year. He might have a breakout season. We'll see what he does. I think the guy's really great on the power play. I think he can score some nasty goals. The one that surprised me, I was kind of surprised a lot of people kind of slept on and did not pick him up, was Trevor Seagrass. Seagrass to me is one of those players that a lot of people kind of forget about how great he is. The guy scored 2 Michigan goals last year. He's one of those, he gets down low. He looks for amazing goal opportunities. I think we're going to see great numbers from him. He likes to get to the front of the net. So I kind of put him in there as one of those players that you might sleep on him, but I think he's going to be really great this year. I also have Bo Hobart in my lineup. I think he's another one of those that can actually do really, really well too. Brad Marchand I have in there. Now, I know a lot of people don't like him because he's kind of comes off as a rat player, kind of his nickname. He gets under people's skins. To be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of his character. However, I do think that when he is on his game playing hockey, he is on his game. I expect that him and Pasternak will do amazing jobs in Boston this year. I'm hoping they put up some big points for me. I also have Teuvo Teravainen in my lineup. One of those, to be honest with you, I was kind of needing a guy towards the end of the draft, and also Cole Caulfield. Now, I know Montreal was absolute garbage last year, but I'm hoping, that Caulfield might kind of pull some points out for me. That's why I picked him up. Looking at my defense, Brandon McNabb I have in there. Not a big Vegas fan. However, I'm looking for guys that can put up shots from the point and are also great at blocking shots. That's why I picked up Brandon McNabb, Calvin DeHaan, and Connor Murphy. I think those guys do amazing jobs at blocking shots. So I'm hoping to get some points for there. So if you're looking for guys that can block some shots, McNabb would be a great one to pick up. Calvin DeHaan would also be a great one to pick up, and Connor Murphy. Now, Chicago's not the best team, but when they're on their game and Connor Murphy is actually blocking shots, they are lethal. Zach Werenski I have in there also. I think he's one of those that sometimes we forget just how great he can be. Justin Falk from St. Louis, another one blocking shots. And then you can see I actually put in Jared Spurgeon, another one of those hoping to build bonus points. Look at the power play. If Spurgeon's on the ice and let's say Kaprizov or Zuccarello score goals, now I'm getting 4 times the amount of points. Also rounding out my defense, Nick Leddy. I think sometimes we forget Nick Leddy. It can be an amazing player. He's really great in the power play, has a really great shot, really good at blocking shots. So hoping to see some points from that. Alex Killorn I also have on there from Tampa Bay. Kind of one of those I needed a guy to fill in. We'll see how he performs. And I have Brandon Hagel also. One of those again, kind of hoping to build some bonus points. Jesperi I have in there from Carolina. And then I also have Anton Lundell rounding out my forwards. I think Lundell can have an amazing season in Florida. To me, Florida is kind of one of those teams. A lot of people kind of forget that they can actually be really good. However, at times they are not very good. So we'll see how he does. As you can see, as I got further down in my draft, it was kind of getting to the point where a lot of the top name guys were gone, and I just kind of had to start filling in. And then for my goalies this year, Marc-Andre Fleury, I feel like has been amazing in the preseason. We'll see how he performs this season. I think, being the big starter now in Minnesota, I expect to see great things for him. And then Matt Murray is my goalie from Toronto. We'll see how he does. To be honest with you, Vasilevsky would be a great pickup. UC Saros would also be great. Igor from the Rangers would be another great pickup if you're looking for a goalie. Anyone that has a high winning percentage, shootouts, save percentage would be really great. However, as we got in the draft, some of those big name guys were taken. So we'll see how we do. So my tricks for trying to win this year is I'm going to pick guys that are on the same lines, hopefully to stack some of those points. Hopefully I get some guys in there that can get off some hat tricks. We'll see how the season goes. Who do you have in your fantasy? Is yours look very similar? Is yours kind of mixed up? Do you have a different strategy? So we'll see how I perform. Leave in the comments, who's in yours? What's your strategy? How are you going to win your fantasy? We'll be talking about this every Monday. We'll review how I did for the week. We'll talk about the week to come, who I'm planning on picking up and who I think is hot and you should pick up also, and who I don't think is hot, maybe you should be dropping also. It is completely okay in the comments to disagree with me. That is completely all right because there are so many different strategies to winning this. But we'll see how I do. I believe the next couple nights, hopefully I can start earning points because right now I'm 5 points behind because we had a game today. But we'll see how it goes. This is Tom from Crash the Net saying, I hope you guys have a great day. Hope your fantasy hockey this year is amazing. And as always, go Wild.